I'm Chey, and in my family, even on Mother's Day, we still like to keep it metal. Ready? Rollin'. I am filming the intro for this video the day after the concert, because I forgot to originally film an intro. Oh well, we'll make it quick because this room is hot. It's about the storm, it's really hot and humid, and I can't have the fan going while I'm filming, so let's get into it. I'm sure you know by the title of this video, this is going to be a vlog about the Nashville date of Set It Off's Dopamine Tour. This tour's lineup consisted of Rivals, In Her Own Words, Scene Queen, and of course, the headliner, Set It Off. Now, full disclosure, before this concert, the only band that I really listened to in this lineup was Rivals. I knew about the other artists. I knew about Set It Off, of course, but I only really knew about them. I've never really listened to them. Not for any particular reason. I just haven't. But I definitely knew about them. I've heard a couple of their songs here and there, but none that I could really name if you ask me to. And so name only is really how I kind of knew them. Because like I said, they've been in the scene for so long, and they're friends with a lot of artists that I do listen to. And I knew enough to know that it was a band that I was interested in going to see. Anyway, Rivals was the original catalyst for me purchasing these tickets. I saw on their Instagram a while back they were promoting that they were going to be on this tour, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're coming to Nashville, I gotta go see them again. And I definitely wanted my mom to see them this time around, so I bought 2 tickets. I didn't even realize at the time that the show was going to be on Mother's Day. Honestly, it couldn't be a more fitting Mother's Day present though for my mom, who's crazy about music and has raised me to be so as well. She actually said the other day, she looked me in the eyes and was like, and I was like, what? And she goes, I've created a music monster. I'll take that. It started as just wanting to take my mom to see a show with a band that I thought she would really dig and find really cool, and it turned into being a very fitting Mother's Day present as well. The show was at East Side Bowl in Nashville, which is a venue I had never been to before. It's a bowling alley / concert venue, but it's really cool because the venue is inside an old Kmart, and spoiler alert, but the stamps they gave us for the venue are old Kmart stamps. Isn't that so cool? I thought that was so sick when they stamped my hand. I was like, oh my gosh, Kmart. 90s baby nostalgia. Another thing about this venue is that because it's in an old Kmart, the parking lot is huge, which was great because that means that we didn't have to pay $60 for an Uber there and back. We got there with plenty of time. We got to walk around the bowling alley. Did I mention part of it's a bowling alley? I think I did. We got to walk around the bowling alley, chill. They even had a restaurant in there. I forgot to mention that. They have like an old 50s retro diner, which is very cool. You'll see clips of it in the video. Also, extremely good food. Extremely good. Anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping and just get into the vlog footage.
The vibe wasn't very nice.
Can you show me your hand?
What happened?
So you won't lose me. Yeah, I'm trying to get like a good picture of them. That's cool that they're the old Kmart stamps that they're. I can't help it.
Check it out.
I only feel good when others say they want me. Please hit that like button. Dear God, I'm begging. I'm trying to beg you. I'm trying to take your money. I'm trying to let you know. Tell me I'm something. Thanks for saying. So this is called Bleeding Star. Tattoos, colors. I did some dances where they spent. It's more other paper shades. But two of us reside here now in Nashville, Tennessee. This next song I wrote about some asshole who thought he could control me. Jokes on that mother. Look at me. This next song is brand new. It's called Man Eater. Can an angel fall back up? Live a life meant for someone else. This world will never figure me out. I'm over trying to restrain myself. If you're gonna be throwing that dirt on my name, you're gonna be watching me digging your grave. I'll be picking your fish on my Tiffany rings. 'Cause I'm hunting on it when I bring up a cage. Gave up doing this, but I didn't. Look at me go. She is a god. This next song is called Alkaline. Can you be honest? I'm scared of fading. Even though it's sport, you say I'm on yours. Now all that I wanted is to be ripped right from my mouth. Can I be honest? Can I be honest with you? In the recent year, I have hit my God era. Sometimes you just have to realize that you're not that bad, and that you're beautiful in your own way. I wrote this song about becoming my own God. The song is called Dangerous. These demons knock on my door, but they don't dare to come in. 'Cause they know it's best for them. If it's a war that I win, then it's a war that
jumping in here to say I didn't get that much footage of In Her Own Words because me and my mom were standing outside for a breath of fresh air, mostly because it got really hot in that venue really fast. Also, though, me and my mom were in line at the Rivals merch table waiting to get merch and talk to Kaylee. She came out right after their set. I'm glad, though, that we got back in enough time to actually see them play a couple songs, though, because they were very good.
Happy Mommy's Day, by the way. Well, if you don't know me, my name is Scene Queen. Shh, Mommy's talking. I'm opening for bands and my numbers say I'm better than. Money in my hands make it rain like the weatherman. Sugar daddy wanna talk, but I'm too spent. So here's a pink slip, thanks for making rent. Hat, game and rain, I don't remember. I'm off the perks, I'm on a bender. I'm an icon, big boss major. I'll roll my weed hot with pink paper. Sick of good people getting overlooked. If a wants to be famous, tell him write a better book. Those friends to come back up here and reintroduce themselves. That'd be pretty amazing right now. There we go. We tried to source this from a Kohl's on the way over here. So thank you to our Instacart woman for getting them whatever the fuck they're wearing right now. But if it's okay with you guys, we'd like to put on a very gay display right now and do a cover song. This song is by a new metal artist known as Katy Perry.
So good though, those onion rings are so crisp. For real. So good. Okay, I'll be back.
the set tonight. And we're gonna turn it up bit from bit by bit. Are you ready to keep that shit going and keep increasing? Love to hear that. Gotta hydrate, give me a moment. Can anyone guess the next song? I heard it. This next one, I wanna test you. I see some open windows throughout. I wanna see if we can alert the city that a Set It Off show is going on tonight. So I wanna see how loud you can get. If you're not familiar with this next song, this is for anybody that's been in that relationship, and I mean that relationship that is now dead and gone. Where you tried to give your all, and you really saw how evil people could be. So appropriately, it is called The Haunting. It goes like this. Come on in, boy.
Set a skeleton sitting by her closet door.
More.
Burning sacred.
What?
Every memory.
What?
Broken heart could rot the more. I was knocked down, healed overhead. Looking drag me by my feet to a ghost town where you buried me. I wanna know what hurt my scream.
And now that it's dead, I think it Nashville, get the down to the ground. As low as you can go. Push me, bend me, break me, tell me, let's go, you got me like that. About to take you for a ride.
And now here we are, the next day. It's not even lunchtime yet, and I am still pumped up from that show. As I said going into the concert, I wasn't really into any of the bands except for Rivals, but I think I left as a pretty good fan of all of them, especially Set It Off. They were really great. Their set was amazing. Merch. What merch did I get? Well, if you're new here around these parts, there is something that I like to try and do at every show that I go to, merch-wise, and that is pick up a tour t-shirt if they have one. I have this wild and crazy idea that one day when I'm super old, I'm gonna sew all of them into the largest band merch tour t-shirt that has ever existed. Will this probably ever happen? But I think it's a cool enough idea to start now. And for this tour, I picked this t-shirt. Now, Set It Off had two different versions of this shirt. The back was the same, just the tour dates, but the front had two different designs. One of them had the band's faces on it as kind of a logo, and this was the other one. I liked both, but personally I liked this one just a little bit more. It matched all the tour promo, and generally I just love the aesthetic retro vibe of it. And not only are the colors beautiful, but they're also kind of soft and muted. I don't know, I just really dig the vibe of this shirt. The other merch that I picked up was all strictly Rivals. Going into this show, I did not own any Rivals merch. Well, that's a lie. I own Rivals merch, but I didn't own any Rivals t-shirts, so I had to wear a Beartooth shirt to the show. But I left with a Rivals t-shirt, and they made it hard to choose which t-shirt I wanted, because I'll show the clip again, but all their merch is so cool looking. I knew I was going to have a hard time deciding. The one I ended up deciding on, though, was the Dark Matter t-shirt. One of my favorite songs. I'm sure a lot of people's favorite song. As you can see, it's this beautiful black with this rich red logo on like the little pocket area. It's got the little demon butterfly that's relevant to the lyrics. And on the back, we have this art again with the lyrics that actually reference it. I think it looks so cool all together and just totally fits my vibe. This is the kind of aesthetic I've been trying for years to embody, and this shirt just totally captures it. I had to have it. They also had free posters of the band you could grab, so I did, and coincidentally, it just so happens to match the colors in my comforter today, which is kind of neat. I think this poster is going to look good by itself hanging up on my wall, but I also might paint a frame to match it. And the last thing I got, let's see if anyone's surprised, probably not, a vinyl record. I actually don't own any Rivals vinyl. This is my first one. Hopefully I will collect the rest of them soon, but this is a good start. This is the Sad Looks Pretty on Me album. First of all, the album artwork, we don't even need to talk about it. It speaks for itself. It's gorgeous, which is fitting for this gorgeous band. And no, your eyes do not deceive you. Yes, those are signatures from Mickett and Josh. So I'm part of Rivals Street Team, and after the show, Mickett and Josh were hanging around the merch booth, and so me and my mom went to just go chat with them and hang out for a little bit, and they were so nice as to sign that for me. They also ended up talking with my mom about drumming and making me a drummer, which is her wildest dream, so that totally made her Mother's Day very cool of them. I guess since we're on the topic of merch, I'll talk briefly about when we met Kaylee the first time we were at the merch booth. I've met her before. She's amazing, also very nice, very sweet. My mom has never met her though. It was kind of funny because as we were talking to her about the show, you know, just chit-chatting, at one point she looked at my mom and was like, yeah, mom. She's like, you're her mom, right? Like, yes, and I don't know, something about that was just so funny. But yes, we took a cute little selfie, had a good little talk, and my mom, I could tell, adored her. Mom, if you're watching this, you couldn't hide it from me. And I'll get more into this in a second, but she told Kaylee, like, right to her face, she was like, you're awesome, you're amazing, but your drummers are bad A. And of course, in both interactions, we talked more, but I'm not going to give you all the details of that. You don't care. Just know that they were all good, fun little interactions that totally made my mom's night. And made mine. I don't know why I just said my mom. It made both our nights. As for the performances, as I said in her own words, I only got to see about 3 songs from them, but I really did enjoy what I saw. I thought they were grooving. I thought they were fun. A lot of people were dancing around me, so I need to actually sit down and listen to their music, because they were a band that I had actually never heard of before this show. It's part of why I love going to shows like this. It's part of why I love never having heard of an artist, because it's like, I get to discover something new. I get to discover something exciting. It's so much fun. The little curiosity, former burned out gifted kid brain in me is just so excited for any amount of little dopamine or serotonin. I guess that's why they call it the dopamine tour, right? Sing Queen. Let's talk about Sing Queen. Sing Queen is definitely someone that I know about. I've seen her around on TikTok. I've seen her everywhere. She is blown up. I love what she's doing. I love her message. I love her whole appeal. I think she's great, I think she's fun, and that translates on stage. She was just having the time of her life up there. It was a party having her on stage. Let's put it like that, because I think that's the best way to encompass it. It was just an all-out party. I will say this though, respectfully, Sing Queen's music, not really my thing. And that's not me being insulting saying it's bad or anything like that. It's not bad at all. And there are some songs of Sing Queen's that I really, really love, like their latest single, which I think has an even more important message, and I'm like, yes, you go, you get them. And all around, the music is good, the music is fun, but it's just not really my thing. Well, let me say it like this. I believe Sing Queen's music is music that I am into, but only when I'm in certain moods. I don't think Sing Queen's music is something that I would be able to listen to regardless of mood. I feel like I would have to be in like a fun, party, happy, ecstatic mood. I believe that's a fair way of saying it. But the stage performance, incredible. Totally a party. Very fun. Of course, we'll end up seeing how much I could actually include in this video without getting age restricted. But you know what? Isn't that part of the fun? Editing Chey? Editing Chey is gonna hate me so much. And I knew it at the show watching Sing Queen. I was like, editing Chey is gonna hate this. Oh well.
Then something just snapped. Something inside of me.
Does this video still need to be up in less than 24 hours? And I'm still filming it and haven't even started editing it? Yes. Am I still gonna make it happen? Probably. Because I'm stubborn. Listen, if I can make an almost half-hour video on just one song, I can do anything. Alright. Let's get to Rivals. I freaking love Rivals. I don't think I need to tell you this. I think it's come across. It should by now. I freaking love Rivals. I saw them originally as an opener for Dragged Under, and I was just in love immediately. They are a band that has so much fun on stage, and you can tell that they love what they do. Which, again, if you're new here, that's a big running theme with me. If I can tell that passion in an artist, I am hooked in. It's just something infectious about it. And I will say, even though they were the first band that took the stage, I think they had that crowd in the palm of their hand just immediately. I felt like the band could have been like, alright, march to the underworld, and everyone would have just turned and saluted and started marching. It felt like everyone was just living their best lives, and it seemed like people felt super empowered by them, which was really cool to see. It's hard to describe it, but it just felt like people, whenever they came on stage, songs like Dangerous or Dark Matter, people just really kind of came alive, and not just in a rocking out way. Like, people just seemed more present. I was up in the balcony, you know, kind of watching, and I don't know, people just seemed more full. And I think that takes a really special skill or instinct of an artist or a band to be able to bring that out in a crowd. I think that's a sign of a really good stage presence, and they did not have much stage to work with. I felt so bad for them. They were like pushed to like the absolute edge of that tiny stage. Watching Rivals perform, I was watching them, of course, jamming out, but I was also watching my mom. This is a whole story for another day, but my mom has always raised me as a strong woman. She is a very strong woman figure in every essence of the word. She's just strong. She's a woman. And so she's just a strong woman. She's raised me, don't let anyone tell you what to do, especially a man. Stand up for yourself. Do what makes you happy. And just be as strongly you as you can be. And don't let anyone ever make you feel bad about it or different about it because you're a woman. I figured that she would like Rivals, but I also figured that she would really dig them because of the strong female empowerment that also comes from the band with their front woman, and also just their all-around general empowerment energy. And what was really cool is while we were standing in the merch line waiting to pick up some merch, I turned to my mom and I was like, so, you know, what'd you think? And she went, I like it. Stunned. Floored. My mom hardly ever says that she likes anything. Usually she will go, it's alright. Or, it's good. It's okay. And that's positive for her. She's not being like, oh, it's okay. No, that's like thumbs up for her. She just doesn't get she's not a very emotionally excited person. So for her to say, I like it, was like her screaming in excitement to me. I was like, whoa, wait, whoa, what? Not that I'm surprised that you like it, but like, whoa, ma'am, you're at a 10. I'm gonna need you to calm down to about a 5. And I knew they did something special because it wasn't a band that I had hammered into her head like, oh, they're good, they're amazing, blah, 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 blah. Not like Beartooth or Day to Remember, Asking Alexander. You know, years of her hearing me talk about how amazing they are and just playing their music over and over and over, and then finally taking her to a show. But this was a band that I just relatively recently started listening to. have talked about kind of on and off. She's heard me mention them, but I hadn't really played her any of their music until a few weeks ago. So she came in kind of as like a blank, clean slate. So for them to be able to make her go from her usual level of to floored me. I think not only were they rocking and just a great band, I think she loved seeing the, again, empowerment that comes from that band, because she is all for strong female figures, especially independent strong female figures. We've talked plenty of times about how when she was younger, because she was a teenager in the 70s, she would have loved to have had that kind of position in the music industry, you know, like a tech or like a production manager or something, but that just wasn't really done back then. Even for a strong, independent female figure like her, that would become, you know, like the head of like parts departments and stuff in dealerships and mechanics, repair shops. So I think the band just kind of represented for her not only, again, a great band, but also a culmination of things that she wished to see years ago, and now it's like out there in front of her, and she's like, it's cool, you know, like this is happening more and more and more, and it's really cool to see this. I just thought that was really special. I thought that was really nice, considering that those are values that she has raised me up with, and then to kind of validate her inadvertently like that on Mother's Day. Inadvertently, is that the term I'm looking for? Unexpectedly? And I think she's excited for whenever their next show may be. Now for Set It Off. We missed the beginning of Set It Off's set because we were taking a little snack break in the diner. I was starting to feel a bit kind of woozy because of my blood sugar, and so was my mom, so we took a little time to sit down, get a drink of water, get some breath of fresh air, cool air. It was so hot in that freaking venue. And just have some food. That's more important than passing out. We didn't miss much of their set though. I think we only missed like 2 verses of the opening song, because as we were coming back, there was the open stage doors at the front of the stage, and there was room right there. As I'm sure you've seen, the angle drastically changed in my filming. That's because there was just 2 security guards there, and we were standing there, and I had, you know, my passes on and everything, and no one was like trying to fight to get in the door, so they just let us stand there for the entire show, or I should say the rest of the show. And I got to film some really cool angles and shots, so the rest of the set, though, was incredible. I didn't know any of the songs except for the very last one, which as soon as it started, I recognized, and I was like, oh, this is them! Because again, as I mentioned, I've heard them around, but if you press me, I could not name a specific song that they've made. But when they started playing this song that was their last song, I was like, oh, this is them. I love this song. Me not knowing any of the songs, though, definitely didn't stop me from enjoying the set. You want to talk about stage presence? Amazing stage presence. They had great crowd control. Again, it was just like a big party. The vibes were immaculate. Also, I want to talk about the drummer. I don't know the drummer's name. I think my mom's a little bit in love with him, though. I'm just kidding. Mama, don't come after me. That was a joke. The entire band, though, was incredible, was talented, was very fun to watch. And I would say they were all equally beloved by the crowd. It wasn't just the little thing where, you know, the band, the members are kind of loved because everyone's excited in the crowd, and it's like, oh yeah, like we're all here sharing this experience. Like, no, each individual member seemed like the crowd really knew them and like loved them individually, which was really cool to see. It's really fun going to a show where a majority of fans are there for a band that you don't really know anything about, because you get to see the kind of communication between that band and their community and little niche things about that community that maybe they don't recognize because they're in the community. Like, I don't think I would have noticed how special it is, the attention and love they seem to give each individual member, if I was part of their community. Even though it was a big crowd, it seemed to be really, I don't want to say intimate because that seems to like give an air of softness. It seemed really close. It seemed really tight-knit. Even though it was a packed room, sold-out show, actually, it felt like the band had played for that entire room of people before and, like, knew those people, knew their ins and outs, what they were thinking, what they wanted. It was really special, really, really cool to watch. I know I keep saying that, but it was. I don't know how else to describe it. It really was. That's why, as compared to a lot of my concert vlogs, I have a lot more crowd footage in this vlog. Don't know if you noticed that. You probably did. You're probably like, Shay, what the heck are you filming the crowd for? That's why. Because their crowd interaction was so intriguing to me. They absolutely crushed it, though. I had so much fun dancing and grooving with my mom. Alright, I really need to wrap this up because I just got a notification saying my iPhone storage is full, and it's getting really hot in this room. That was my sign that Shay, shut up. Shay, shut up. So I'm going to. All in all, great show. I left becoming a new fan of several bands. Can't complain about that, and I think my mom did as well. And I got to spend a great Mother's Day with my mom. We got to be two little music monsters in action. And now I got more shows at the end of this week. Yay. Until those videos go up though, I do have a playlist full of all my past concert vlogs. There's only a few videos in there right now, but trust me, that playlist will be much more full very soon. Check it out, see all the artists I've seen, places I've been, and of course, all the merch I've gotten. As for now though, thank y'all so much for watching. If you ain't heard it from anyone else today, I love you. Love and peace.